Leadership Napa Valley Class 16, which is the best class. And again, thank you all for coming here. We call ourselves the Earthlings, and my fellow teammates here, Anitra Squires, Joan Taramasu, Scott Duyan, and I started thinking about what we could do, what we wanted to do. We wanted to be sure that our project had a lasting effect, and we thought, what better way to do that than to change the way people think about things they do every day. And so what we're going to do is to recreate for you one of our early meetings. Then we'd like to show you the presentation that we've developed. And then we're at the end going to show you one of our most recent meetings. Well, one more thing. Early on, we found it was very important to have an agenda and for one of us to act as a facilitator to keep us on track. We also found it was very important to have food and wine.
Excuse me, could you take the mic down so that the camera can pick up your voice? Otherwise, you'll just sound like you're...
Okay, well, I brought the flip chart back from our last meeting, where we came up with all our ideas. We voted on the ones we thought we were interested in, and all we did was our own ideas, and then we got to put the group. Joan, we started Barn. You want to tell us about tree planting?
Sure, tree planting is an interesting idea. I thought we might want to get together with PG&E actually has a program where you plant smart trees that are environmentally friendly, that don't interfere with power lines and things like that. We could actually get grant money for that, and I thought we might want to find a school that would be interested, where we could go tell the kids the importance of trees and that sort of thing, and plant a tree at that school, and then maybe make it be something that every year they plant a tree, and every year one of the classes goes through that little process. So that was my idea for tree planting. Do you think that might work?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Great idea. I don't think it'll work, though.
I wasn't that wild about it myself, but...
Okay, then.
Do you think we should drink to that idea?
Yeah, we should drink to that idea. So, Needy, if you don't think it'll work, what do you think is a good idea?
Well, in spite of having a screw top on the bottle, I think we should talk about recycling corks. This valley has to generate millions of corks every year, and they just go in the garbage. And if you grind them up, they make really good mulch. And it would use all of those corks, and we could save all of those trivets from being made.
And help a garden.
And help your garden in the process.
That's a really great idea.
It's a great idea.
But you know what? I don't like it either.
No.
Okay. Scrap
We
that.
can drink to it, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was really interested in the idea of, I heard about this thermometer replacement program, and I know working at the school, that's one of the things we've worked at to get rid of all the mercury in the hospital. And I was surprised at how many sources of mercury there are at home. But when I spoke with Bill Gaffney at the Napa Sanitation District, they have a lot of digital thermometers that they're willing to use in this kind of exchange program. But unfortunately, it's mandated that that's a hazardous material. He has to have specially certified people to accept your thermometer, which you can safely walk in from the street with. But once it gets to their counter, someone official has to receive it from you. So I say right there that that's kind of a non-doable project for us, because there's no funding to train that specially certified person. But I'll drink to it.
Here's your certificate. Scott.
Okay, Scott?
Well, I've been on the website lately and noticed that there's a program that we could try to adopt, and in fact, Blue Oak School's already in the process of thinking about doing it, and it's called Waste-Free Lunches. And the idea is that kids would bring their lunch to school in reusable containers rather than plastic ones, and then at the end of the day, there's not much waste that's left that has to be thrown away and go into a landfill. And so I suggest that we might want to do that, and then we could organize that a little bit, use Blue Oak School as a model, and then take it to other schools in the Napa Valley, and who knows where all else.
Well, that
Sounds like, I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what should we do?
Well, I think we should set an agenda for our next meeting and get together to try to develop this program. I think it's something that's really good to take out to schools.
I agree.
Agreeable
Yeah,
with
I'd like to
everybody?
do something with kids. I think that would be a great idea, and gosh, we created some ways.
Yeah. And we talked about doing something that,
Chips look really good then.
have a few.
Have an Oreo.
Go to jail?
You know, and you talk about changing the way people think about something they do every day. A lot of people pack lunches, and they just don't think about it. You know, you go to the store and buy these because it's easy.
Sure is.
Actually, it wasn't that easy. I couldn't find them.
Okay, so shall we wrap this one up? Yeah. Okay, so this is the end of one of our first meetings.
You have to drink up there.
Drink that down.
Oh, okay.
I love that part. Okay, and we're gonna just kind of show you just what we created here.
Do you want to throw this away?
Yeah.
That's all right.
So this showed us that there was a need for it. We could create this much with just one little meeting. Think of a school as... Now, this is the program that we've developed. We've presented this in 2 schools to 2 groups of faculty members. And Nikki's going to start out.
Yeah, we took this from Scott's initiation and we presented to faculty and also junior, senior high, and also at the middle school. It's just a picture. I'm not going to read everything to you because I know you can read. Some of the recyclable things that go into landfill. Scary fact. Now this is the stuff that really got us thinking. 57% of our garbage is buried in landfill. A juice box, and this is amazing, retains its shape and volume in a landfill for approximately 40 years. You would think that those juice boxes nothing. The kids bring them all the time to school. 2 degree in a landfill decomposes only 25% in 15 years. It doesn't get any oxygen. It's not like a compost. It's just buried. So it doesn't decompose. Landfills are not designed to break down trash, merely bury it. When a landfill closes, recycling will be monitored for 30 years. We don't just walk away from it. Continuing problems. Wars. 67 pounds of garbage a year, and how many kids in their school don't even weigh that much? They do more now. My school does. 20 million Hershey's Kisses. Yeah, Hershey's Kisses is just a little thing, you don't think anything about it. It's a tiny little thing. 132 square miles of soil every day. You were eating a lot of kisses. 50,000. Yeah. Our new 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, and we just did. That's a good easy. It is easier. It is cheaper, healthier when you have it when you're not buying this junk in the grocery store, you're making it left at home. It is a lot better for you.
And to show you just how easy this is, Joan's now going to do a little demonstration.
Take it away. Hey, I'm telling you, this is really high-tech stuff.
There was one cook in the video.
And this is how ridiculously easy it is. I am not ambidextrous, but I can do this left-handed.
She actually owns that business.
Good with my eyes closed. This is Nancy's trick, but I practiced.
And
I
you're
know.
doing it very well.
And they say, how does she do it? It's more like, why does she do it? Okay.
What do we need?
We're making chocolate pudding. So instead of a pudding cup that you bought in the store, you now have, in 5 minutes, this will be chocolate pudding. No. Instant chocolate pudding. It was mind-boggling, wasn't it?
And it's oh so good.
We will let Joan practice on
I haven't told anybody yet. I'm almost perfect.
Okay, that's pretty much it for the pudding demonstration.
But you did a good job.
So, here's some things that we talked about with the kids at Blue Oak School and then we talked about with the other schools and giving them not only the information and scary facts, but when you've got young kids, you don't want to just scare them with how miserable things are. You want to far away from the microphone, however. All right, so instead of juice boxes, which stay a long time in those landfills, reusable cups.
There goes one now.
And instead of sandwich bags, plasticware that you can reuse over and over again. And instead of plastic forks, like you saw in our first demonstration here, metal flatware. And the paper lunch box or bag gives way to reusable containers. And not just the kind that we had when we were kids. Now they have something called a laptop lunch box that you can actually buy at Valergus. And it looks sort of like a laptop, has a laptop shape, and it's got all these little compartments in it. Kids can put their food in there, and I like it. It's fun. Oh, in there. I gotta have it. And here's a couple of pictures. This is a picture of a laptop lunch box. On the left, a little girl using not a laptop lunch box, but all reusable items. Again, cloth napkin. You can take all this stuff home with you at the end of the day. Notice especially she's got her milk in a reusable container. And so you go from this to this.
And as part of our presentation to the faculty at school, we had a binder that we left behind at all the sites. In here we have a lot of really good information. There's sample letters to send home to parents explaining the program. There are notes to kids, getting them excited about it. There are recipes from Joan. And we even have a CD with the presentation that we just showed if they want to use any part of that. And we leave these at the school.
And actually, we left a brochure on every chair, so if you do need more information, our contact numbers are on there. If you'd like more, we've got it for you.
And also, some people came in and found spoons on their chairs. Please hold your spoons up.
Not quite, John. Not yet. No, we're not done yet.
Okay, we're done.
How much is our time? We have to do our...
Okay, now... Okay. All right, okay. Now we're going to show you our final reenactment of one of our recent meetings where we took a lot of the good information that we learned to heart.
It went better than that the first time.
Cloth tablecloth, cloth napkin. Oh, you got napkins too.
Reusable plates.
Metal forks. Okay, folks. Green, 5 minutes, we'll make it, no problem.
Okay. So, Needy, what did you hear feedback from Calistoga Middle and
I lost my chair.
Oh, here it is.
Chairs in Calistoga. Everybody thought it was a great idea and wondered if we could make a presentation to the elementary school as well. So, and I have seen a difference. People are bringing different things into the faculty room now, just the teachers. So, we're making some inroads.
Scott, did you hear anything back from Silverado Middle School?
Well, Greg Wright actually helped us to get to Silverado Middle School, and he told us that the faculty there are also changing their ways a little bit, and we're hoping that next year it translates into work with the kids.
Well, I think that deserves a drink.
That's enough.
Remember what we said, you only get wine if you bring a reusable glass. So Nancy, where's your glass? There's mine.